Hi guys, so I'm here today to do a bit of a chatty video. This is all very unplanned and I'm just surrounded by a few bits and pieces that I might mention if I don't ramble too much and I have enough time to chat about all the bits and pieces I would like to chat about. So I really enjoy seeing people do casual chatty videos, and I also quite enjoy watching people do their favourites of the month, and I don't tend to do those two things. I've never done a favourites video, I don't think, but I have done a couple of chatty videos and really enjoy them, and you guys seem to really enjoy them, and today I just felt like doing one, so that's what we're doing. So that was a long intro. So things I'd like to chat about. Firstly, I watched the film Dublin a couple of weeks ago on Netflix, and today I just started watching the TV series Anne with an E. I'm about half an hour into the first episode and I paused it to come and do this video because I wanted to get some videos done before it got later in the day. Don't know why, but I just like the idea of like doing the videos and then having some of the episode to come back to. And it just made me think about the fact that I tend to watch and read things that I think have artistic merit, and I watch and read lots of really serious things that I am amazed by. So it's I don't want to sort of disparage the way I usually view things, because I still think I'm right for me in the way I usually view things. In that was a loud clap, apologies. In that I consume art in all its forms to be amazed by the skills of the person or people performing that art. So I read books to be amazed by the fact that somebody could challenge me or write such a beautiful sentence or evoke such emotions, and I watch films and love when I am completely astounded that someone is not the person, the character that they are acting. And the fact that somebody could have pulled together such an excellent scene. And I listen to music to be amazed by how talented the musicians are. So I consume art always to be not so much entertained, but enthralled and challenged and breathtaking away, if there's a word for that. And so I tend not to consume things as much that are things that make me feel happy or energised, or things that are fun or a bit lighter. And that's because they don't tend to make me feel shocked as much. And there are some types of film or books that meet in the middle and do both those things. But I find the majority of the time that there isn't a crossover between those two things, the entertaining and the this word, I haven't got a word so much that describes this one, which is the camp I'm in, the camp that's more like I guess has more sort of what I class as like artistry, right? Like people who write beautifully or really excel at their craft, or you know, I've said all this, you know what I mean, those two camps. I feel like those two camps don't tend to meet in the middle so much, and because of that I don't tend to consume media that is as fun or comforting. I think that's the big thing, comforting or cosy as I would like. And so I watched Dublin a couple of weeks ago, which is so outside my wheelhouse, it's unreal. I never watch films that are about teenagers or that are happy, or I don't watch films that have Jennifer Aniston in, for example. And that's not because I have an issue with her as an actress, it's just she doesn't tend to be in films that I'm interested in. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give that film a go. And I freaking really enjoyed it. I cried, I laughed, I smiled, I really enjoyed it. And it made me think it's okay to not always watch a film because I'm going to be like, oh my god. Like, for example, I watched The Favourite recently, it was fucking phenomenal, and in general that's what I want out of a film, right? I want to watch it and be like, how did all these people do that? That is just art on the highest level, right? That is what I generally want in a film, but it's okay to not always want that. It's okay sometimes to watch a film to be entertained, and I was entertained by Dublin. I really enjoyed it, it made me feel good. And so I started watching Anne with an E today. I'm literally half an hour in, but so far really enjoying it, and I just wanted to mention this to you guys because I was hoping you could give me recommendations for other things that you think are sort of more comforting, fun, entertaining, things that aren't as sort of bleak as the usual things I watch. And yeah, just recommend them to me, because I'd really like to, you know, on a Sunday afternoon, I'd really like to watch more things that make me feel warm and happy rather than challenged and emotionally drained, which is still something I love and adore, but it doesn't have to be, you know, 100% of the things I watch. Does that make any sense? I hope so. Another thing I wanted to mention is this beautiful mug. I'm not really into mugs per se, but I treated myself to this right before Christmas when I was supposed to be doing Christmas shopping with other people at a local crafters fair. And so I'm going to try and remember the lady's like name and her Etsy shop, so you guys can have a look. But she makes like tea light holders, mugs, pen holders, cups, plates, those sorts of things. And I chose this colour because it reminded me of Harry Potter and the galaxy at the same time, and I really loved it. And it's really big, and I used to have really small cups of tea, but since I have had this mug, I've been really enjoying big cups of tea. So yeah, it's beautiful and I love it. Something else I wanted to mention is in some videos when I'm doing like a TBR for some readathon or something, I sometimes show you guys the snacks I'm planning to eat, and you guys seem to really enjoy it, and I always love seeing what snacks people have been enjoying. So I thought I would show you some things that I bought today. I've not tried any of these yet, but I'm sure they're going to be glorious. So the first one is these Kentish Bramley Apple Hot Cross Buns from Marks & Spencer's. These are vegan. I think most hot cross buns are vegan, but I saw them on vegan Instagram and was like, I need to get some of those. And they have apple pieces, juicy sultanas and a hint of warming cinnamon. I'm so excited to try these, and I bought these yesterday intending to have one for breakfast this morning, and then I woke up way too late for breakfast, like shamefully late. I got up at like 11, which doesn't sound too bad, but bear in mind that I went to bed last night at 11:30, so I slept for like 11.5 hours, which is ridiculous by anyone's standards, and I don't know how it happened. But I'm going to try one of those this evening, like maybe about 9 o'clock with a cup of tea. Does that sound nice? That's what I'm going to do. But these guys, I sort of have tried these before. These are Montezuma's, and I usually buy the dark chocolate peanut butter truffles. These are dark chocolate peanut butter mini eggs, I guess for Easter, which is sort of soon, not very soon. I love Montezuma's, and I particularly love any chocolate that has like a nut butter in it, so I'd highly recommend Montezuma's peanut butter truffles. You can get the egg-shaped ones at the moment, but these guys are amazing, and I haven't had them in quite a few weeks actually, because I've been getting through like the Christmas chocolate, but that happened quite a while ago, so I needed some more of those guys. And then I'm really excited about this. Since I've been vegan, which has been about 10 months, I haven't been able to find any vegan bubblegum bottles, and what I mean by that is these guys, these bubblegum, can you see those? They're like pink and blue like bottle, I was going to say cola bottles, they're not cola, they're bubblegum flavoured. Haven't been able to find them, I've properly looked into it. And then I saw recently that my local vegan shop, which may send orders online, so I'll link their website down below, started to stock these guys, and they're by the Conscious Candy Company, and I saw them post a photo on Instagram, and I saw the bubblegum bottles, and I was like, oh my god. So I went down there today and bought myself a pack, and I'm very excited to eat these. There's loads of vegan sweet options, so we are a bit spoilt for choice, but I hadn't found anyone who did these, although I've recently found, funnily enough, I found 2 companies in the same week after searching for so long. A news company on Instagram, and they're called V-Gummies. I'm going to link them down below as well, so you can go and check them out, and you can actually choose like I don't know what it is, like I'm really rubbish with sweet weights, but you can choose a certain amount of sweets, and they'll make you a box up of all the ones you've selected, so I'm going to do that soon. So yeah, really excited about that. I am going to do a video about what it's been like being vegan soon, because I know in my Q&A, which I did I think in December, lots of people asked me about it, and I am going to talk more about it. I still have to respond to loads of the questions in that video, but I'm doing them as sort of like discussions, so I just need to be a bit more prepared. That will be coming soon, hopefully in the next few weeks. So there's that. And then another thing oh, I wasn't really going to mention it, but then I just caught my eye and it hurt, so it reminded me. I got a tattoo last Saturday of my cat Luna, and I'm going back this Saturday coming to get a tattoo of Albus, so I'll have both of them. And yeah, it's really hurting. I'm being such a little whinge about it. I just want more people to cry to, basically. Just feel sorry for me, please. Johnny keeps saying that, like, I have no reason to have sympathy because I chose to sit through 4 hours of pain, pay a lot of money for it, for me to have some art on me. So, like, he refused to give me any sympathy, which I think is fair, but I still feel sorry for myself. So, I have a couple of tattoos, not many. I had 2 before this, and in like recent times I've become, I think I mentioned to you guys in a recent video that I have a job now where I earn a bit more money, and so I've been skinned my whole freaking life, and now I'm not as skinned, and so I can sort of treat myself to things which before I wouldn't have done, and one of those being tattoos. Tattoos was always a thing that I was like, I really want lots of tattoos, but I can't afford it. And now I can. I'm going to become a crazy tattoo. Not really, but I have got that sort of thing where I don't like the idea of not having a booking, which possibly is going a bit too far, because then I can end up getting like, well, I feel like getting 6 tattoos a year is okay, but then I don't want to run out of skin too soon, bearing in mind that I'm not even in my 30s yet. So yeah, anyway. So I got a tattoo of Luna. I won't show you what it looks like now because it looks horrible at the moment. She looks like she's aged about 20 years. This is what it did look like, ta-da, on the day it was done. So it's a bit swollen there, but I'm so pleased with it. I'm really, really pleased with it. I think Natalie, my tattooist, I'll link her Instagram down below. It's Petaled Puppet. I think she did an amazing, amazing job, and I was so pleased with it. And I am so pleased with it, but at the moment it's difficult to be pleased with it because it's going through a really scabby stage. In another week or so it'll probably look a lot better. So the other thing I thought I would have a little mention about is choosing your next read. So this year I've been quite good at just quick decision choosing, because I know something I've been really bad at previously, and I've discussed loads on the channel, is wasting my time when I should be reading, choosing what to read next. So last night before I went to bed, I picked up a stack of books, and my plan was to have a little read of all of them before bed and choose one. And then I decided to go to sleep instead. We have an electric blanket at the moment in our bed, and it's just too cosy to not give into, so that happened. So I picked these books up, and now I basically want to read them all, and I'm trying to stop myself from being one of those people, which I have been since I've had this channel, who feels like they can't be midway through certain books at the end of the month, because why the hell not? So I feel like I want to start all of these books, but I can't decide. One second. So yeah, can't decide whether I should or not. So the books I'm choosing between, there's 4. And is it bad? Like, I have got a few books on the go at the moment, so it would end up being sort of 6 or 7 if I started all of these. But I feel like starting all of them, so should I just? Or what do you guys think? So one of those is Green Rider by Kristen Britton. I plan to read 2 fantasy books a month, as I've mentioned, and I've only actually read 1 because I DNF'd another one. So I do need to read a fantasy book by the end of the month to hit my targets, and I'd really like to read this one. Oh, that smells quite good. So I think this one's a definite, so I think I'll pick this one up this evening. And also, random, I just saw this in front of me. I treated myself the other day to a couple of new candles by a company called Scandinavisk. I've only had one of their candles before because Lauren bought me it and I adored it. They're very pricey, I'm going to be honest, for candles, but I just thought I'd treat myself. And I bought 2 of the smallest ones. This one is called Fjord, which I don't even know how to describe. It says it's carved from glaciers. I wish they had a description of what the scents are. They probably do on the boxes, and I've binned them. But it does smell like it's been carved from glaciers. It's like being outside in a really cold mountainous location where there's loads of ice, and that clean smell you get from ice, as well as like piney trees and herbs. Is that a good description? Should they ask me to be part of their marketing campaign? Probably not. This one's called Jewel, and this is the reason I suddenly thought to pick these up, because this one says Rituals, Myth and Magic. This one smells like if you know a witch who was really attractive and really cool, and she lived in sort of like a cottage in the middle of the woods that also looked really like a cool contemporary apartment with like exposed brick and pipes, and she was making some sort of cool potion. This would be what her home would smell like. And I just suddenly thought that this is the perfect scent to have burning while I'm reading a fantasy book, so that's going to happen later. exciting times. The other one is The Tricking of Freya by Christina Sunley. I feel like I love this book, and so many people keep asking me if I've read it yet because they think I'm going to love it. So, and this guy could be lit while I read this one. That worked out well, didn't it? So there's that one. Then I also really feel like picking up Good Morning Midnight by Lily Brooks Dalton. This is sort of like a sci-fi book that's mainly literary and based on these few characters who are left sort of lonely in a world that's very unpopulated. There's that one. And then, never read this. How bad's that? The Vegetarian by Han Kang. Loads of people love it. I feel like I could be one of those people. For whatever reason, I haven't read it. I have read Human Acts, which I really enjoyed. And it's quite small, so I'm trying to be more conscious of reading translated fiction because I'm rubbish at it, shamefully rubbish at it. And I own quite a few, I just never reach for them, which is just silly. So yeah, so I'm thinking about picking up all 4 of these this evening. And basically, do you guys think that's silly or do you not? Because I want to read them all, and I'm fine with reading several books at once, so is that really an issue or is it not? Maybe not. So I feel like I've babbled away loads there about completely random things. So let me know your thoughts down below on all of the random things I mentioned. Feel free to recommend me some good stuff to watch on Netflix, or if it's not on Netflix, that's fine, I'm sure I can hunt it down. Also feel free to let me know what you think about all the tasty treats I have, and feel free to recommend me more because always love tasty treats. And also let me know what you think about the fact that, you know, I just want to read all those books at once, and whether that's a good or a bad thing. I think it's probably a good thing, but it just feels a bit naughty, so let me know your thoughts. And yeah, just anything else. How has your week been going? Are you enjoying your Sunday? I love Sundays, they're my favourite day of the week. And yeah, just I feel quite like happy with reading at the moment, and I just would like to know that you guys are feeling that way too, so do let me know down below if you are. I don't know what it is, this year I just really managed to just, like I said to Johnny the other day, I'd got to a point, and I think I said this to you guys, where I looked at my bookshelves, all the books I hadn't read, which are a couple of hundred, and I just felt like, other than about 10 of them, I didn't give a shit, and I didn't know why I'd bought them all, and I felt really uninspired. And I told myself to just not think about it for a while, because I realised that there was no way I wanted to unhaul all of them, because it was just ridiculous, and it was just me going through a phase of feeling quite low about everything. And I just never really felt like reading, and it felt really rubbish. And then towards the end of December I started to feel a shift, and I just feel so excited about like all the books I have right now, like ridiculously infused, like for books that I've not even thought about reading for like over a year and I've just ignored. I just feel really, really infused about them all, and I feel really happy to feel that way. So yeah, I hope you guys do too, and I hope you're having a lovely weekend, and just chat down below, let me know things you've been enjoying, food, bookish, TV-ish, candle-ish, or anything else, because I'd love to know. Thanks for watching. Bye.